So what happened last night? Uh, all the polls showed Hillary Clinton winning. It was pretty much a foregone conclusion, and she lost. Trump won, and a lot of people are shocked. I'm shocked, even though I sort of predicted this in 3 different videos. I'll link those in the description. But what ended up happening is that there just was no excitement for Hillary Clinton. No liberals were excited to vote for her. People voted for Hillary Clinton. The majority of them were voting against Donald Trump. And if you're not giving somebody a reason to vote for you and instead vote against your opponent, that is not a good strategy. Donald Trump had a clear message: make America great again. Whether you agreed with it or not, or agreed with his policies and the way he would go about it, he had a clear message of what he was about. He was about changing the political establishment. Even though, again, it's a flawed message that the media didn't point out that Donald Trump really is a beneficiary of that establishment. But that wasn't pointed out enough. The media was too busy talking about his fucking scandals to really focus on the hypocrisy of his message. And he ended up winning on this wave of people who were like, fuck it, I'm going to throw this brick in and see what happens. And we're going to see what happens. Republicans now have full control of Congress. Anything is possible. Obamacare could be repealed on day one. Abortion rights can go backwards. LGBT rights can go backwards. You name it. Everything's on the table. And this happened not because Bernie voters didn't come out or people voted for Gary Johnson. This happened because the DNC, Hillary Clinton, and her campaign are completely garbage. They were not able to communicate a serious positive message for people to come out and vote for her. It's completely on them. This loss is completely on the Democrats and Hillary Clinton. It's on nobody else. It's their job to be able to need to excite voters to come out and vote for you. If they can't do that, then you're not going to win. And they didn't do that. They didn't have a populist message like Bernie Sanders had, an independent who had a really good shot at winning simply because he was somebody who was not part of the establishment. He was someone his whole life railed against the establishment as an independent candidate. And he could have came in and really changed things with a positive message. And he would have fucking destroyed Trump. Look at where Trump won. The Rust Belt states. Bernie Sanders did amazing in the Rust Belt states. That's all he needed, and it would have been over. But instead, they put out the most unpopular candidate in political history. Discouraged everybody from running. Discouraged Joe Biden from running. Obviously railed against Bernie Sanders, that the Democrats did while he was running. They did everything they could to possibly help Hillary Clinton and marginalize everyone else trying to go against her. And look what happened. They fucking failed. Democrats are complete garbage. And the upside here is that the party will at least be able to rebuild in a progressive way.
What do progressives need to do right now?
So, what do progressives need to do? They really need to make their voice heard. They can't remain silent. They can't keep sitting back, and especially the Democrats that are left in Congress, stop being fucking little bitches. You have to stand up for what people in your party want. They want progressive policies pushed forward. They don't want this corporatist agenda bullshit. They're not going to keep voting you in. You're going to keep losing. Speak to a populist message or you're done. So if you're a Democrat or a liberal or a progressive, make your voice heard. Whether it's online, whether it's in the streets, whether it's through donations to progressive candidates, whatever it is, volunteering for progressive candidates, whatever you need to do, whatever you can possibly do it. Because there has to be a rebuilding phase over the next 4 years for the Democratic Party. Otherwise, this 4-year Trump presidency could turn into 8 years. I still can't believe I'm saying Trump presidency. How fucking ridiculous is it? Even though I talked about this happening in a few different videos, just still the idea that it did happen is completely insane. Anything else? I wrote some points down here too that I'll go through that if I missed anything.
What do you think? What do you think Hillary Clinton should be doing now? Like, what is her?
She's done. Eject. All of you shitty corporate Democrats, eject. You're done. You're over. Stop playing these fucking games, pretending you're for the people when you're for your big donors. It's the charade is done. It's over. Stop doing it. Hillary Clinton's done. She's not going to be in politics. She's over. She's a complete. She lost to Donald Trump. Donald Trump. How do you lose to Donald Trump? Anybody, Lincoln Chafee would have beat Donald Trump. She's a complete terrible candidate. The perfect representation of the establishment, everything people hated and was rallying against over the past few years. Just complete garbage. So, she's done.
So now that there's a Republican president, Senate, and Congress, Democrats are going to lose complete control. Obviously, there are going to be new policies put into place.
Yeah.
Is it possible for a Trump impeachment to happen?
I think it's possible, but I don't think it'll make a difference. I don't think Republicans want Trump being president, to be honest, because he's a wild card. They don't know what he actually wants to do. They could absolutely push an impeachment, but the reason why I don't think they will is because they're afraid of his supporters. So if they do that, and then the country still goes worse because there's still Republicans controlling everything, then they're just going to put up another populist, shitty candidate the next time. The Republicans and the country need this time to face the reality that they have given themselves. They need to crash and burn to be able to rebuild in that same place. The Republicans have no excuse now. They have Congress. They have Trump. When the country ultimately makes a downturn, right now Obama is on an upturn in the country. There's more jobs. The economy's getting better. When Trump takes over and that shit crashes, because it will, mark my words, it will. There's no more excuses. You can't blame the Democrats anymore. There's no more excuses. It's your fucking failed, shitty conservative policies that did it. And that will allow a progressive like Elizabeth Warren to come in and ride a wave of support into the presidency in 4 years. That's what my hope is. That's what I think is very possible to happen. But it's a lot. There's just too many unknowns right now to really understand what will actually go on. My biggest fear almost isn't even Trump. It's the fact that Republicans have full control and that Supreme Court justices will be nominated by a conservative Congress. That's what I'm afraid of.
Do you think Trump is going to do what he said? Deport illegal immigrants, build the wall?
No. The wall's not happening. The rhetoric on illegal immigrants is going to be a lot more subdued. He'll still be talking about ISIS and that sort of thing, but I don't think he's going to be deporting Muslims. I don't think he's going to be deporting Mexicans. There's too many people that don't want that to happen. So if that stuff begins to happen, there's going to be a civil war. I don't think Trump or Congress, Republicans want a civil war. I think they can avoid the protests in the streets if they don't go to extreme levels like that. But they will try to do things like repeal Obamacare, and there's so much. There's abortion rights. There's so much. Social issues, one of the easiest ones that they can just write on, because it's a lot of it doesn't have implications for their corporate donors. And ones that do have implications for the corporate donors, the tax plan, Trump's tax plan, it benefits the top 1%. So good luck, everyone who's fucking poor in the Rust Belt that voted Trump in. Nothing's going to improve for you. This is your warning. You did this. Well, Hillary partially did this too, but you voted for this moron, and this is what's happening. I just want to get to some of these points that I wrote down here. So a lot of this is on the mainstream media. The mainstream media's fascination with polling has to fucking end. It's time to talk about policy and what these politicians are actually about. Enough with these fucking polls every fucking day. Oh, this poll, Florida's winning here. Oh my God, look at Michigan, look at fucking this shit. No more, this is not a game. This is people's lives. Talk about the fucking issues. No more polling. Like how wrong the polling was. And the one guy that was at least somewhat cautious was Nate Silver. The one person who had a 538, the one guy that had Trump's percentage of winning the presidency at 35%. Everybody else, Clinton, 99% she's gonna win. Fucking bullshit. The polls are garbage. Stop with this polling shit. No one cares about your polls anymore. They don't mean anything. Talk about the policies. The media's big failure here with Trump is that they failed to communicate that he is a beneficiary of the establishment. He pretends to rail against the establishment, but he benefits from it. All his policies that he's going to put in are going to benefit people in his class, in his income bracket. That's who it's going to benefit. It's not going to benefit the regular person. So, all this mainstream media focus on Trump being a sexist and a racist, yeah, those obviously are important things. But there should also have been at least equal time given to the fact that he's an incredible hypocrite on his policies that will affect the economy. Because that's why people voted for Trump. They thought Trump was going to be this change that's going to really blow things up and make things different. It's not. It's the status quo of the Republicans. And it's going to just send you into a downturn. It's done. It's going to be so much more clear when he gets in and all these policies start getting pushed through. It's going to be fucking ridiculous. Something else. Another one of the mistakes Hillary Clinton made, Tim Kaine. Tim fucking Kaine as VP. If she had chosen Bernie Sanders as her vice president, she would have won. This would be over. She would have won. She chose milquetoast Tim Kaine, who nobody gives a shit about, nobody's excited about. She almost lost Virginia. Virginia wasn't called till like 12 a.m. It was one of the first states to come in. He's from Virginia, if you didn't know that. And she almost lost Virginia. Just the stupidest VP pick you could have possibly... Elizabeth Warren, anybody to excite people. Nobody was excited about Hillary Clinton, and fuck, nobody would be excited about Tim Kaine. Just a stupid, terrible, dumbass ticket. So stupid. Let me see what else I missed. Oh yeah. Okay. People talking about, Hillary Clinton is the stronger candidate than Bernie Sanders. Look, she won all these states. She won the southern states. The states that were not going to turn Democrat in a general election. Bernie Sanders won the Rust Belt states. The states that Donald Trump won and allowed him to win the presidency. Tell me who the fucking stronger candidate is. How much more clear could it be? Not many people were saying this during the primaries. A few people online, including myself, yes, I'm going to toot my own horn, were saying this. Nobody in mainstream media was saying that she is a weak candidate against Trump. The polls were showing. I know polls are bullshit, but the polls in terms of favorability were showing Sanders with clear lead over Hillary Clinton against Donald Trump. He was popular amongst the working class of people, with independents, with people that don't vote normally. And of course, in a general election, he would get the Democratic votes that he would need to also take him into the presidency. But no, Hillary Clinton, let's elect her. Let's do everything we can to prop her up as the main candidate. Fuck you. You're fucking done. All you pieces of shit on television, mainstream media, you political establishment crap, it's over. Your time is done.
So Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. Is the system flawed?
Electoral college is flawed for sure. It definitely is. But she still barely won the popular vote. The fact that it was even close. Oh my God. How ridiculous. Donald Trump. Yes, the system is flawed. The electoral college is greatly flawed. But even with that in mind, a man named Barack Hussein Obama, who was black, was able to win in 2008 because he ran on a progressive message, on a hopeful message, on a clear message. Hillary Clinton ran on, I'm not that guy, I'm with her. Vote for me. That was her message. Vote for me. How many fucking presidents won on a message saying, vote for me? That was your message. Just vote for me. Don't know. He's terrible. Vote for me. Really? That's your fucking message? That's how you're going to excite people to vote for you? I'm with her? Oh, I'm with her, the Holy One. I'm going to vote for you. Fucking bullshit. So stupid. What a dumb strategy. The fact these people have jobs blows my mind. And hopefully their jobs are go get in something else. Make clothes. Paint pictures. Do something else. Get out of politics because you fucking suck at your job. Let's see what else I wrote down. Status quo is better than dumpster fire. As shitty as Hillary Clinton is, people saying that they're both shitty candidates, they're equally bad. No, they're not equally bad. Donald Trump is a dumpster fire. Hillary Clinton is a status quo. Status quo would at least retain what was already happening in the country. A dumpster fire, Donald Trump is going to destroy everything that's happening in the country. So, people that thought they were the same, they're not the same. I hate Hillary Clinton, but she was clearly the better choice. But it was her fault for not exciting voters to come out and vote for her. Let's see what else I wrote down here. Oh, just more on Donald Trump being a fake anti-establishment. Rudy Giuliani, Newt Gingrich, Reince Priebus. These are the people he wants in his presidency, in his cabinet. That is the definition of the establishment. Nothing's changing with these fucking people. This is the old Republicans. This is the same shit. He's not anti-establishment, you morons. He's the exact same thing. You're all so fucking stupid. Voters are stupid. Media's stupid. Democrats are stupid. You're all idiots. Let's see what else, if I had anything else left here. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, on a lighter note, you're all fucking dead. No, I'm joking. Really right now it's too unpredictable to even know what's gonna happen. Trump's speech, which he was so surprised he won. Oh my god. That guy, he didn't think he was even gonna win a debate, let alone the nomination and the presidency. He ran for president because he wanted to have some leverage in his contract negotiations with NBC for The Apprentice. And then The Apprentice dropped him when he started being all fucking racist and shit. And then he had nowhere else to go but remain in the race and fumble his way into the presidency. Donald Trump, the president. This is so ridiculous. I don't know. Did I miss anything?
I think you're good.
Yeah?
You're good.
So, I'm in Canada and I'm angry. I can't even imagine how Americans are feeling right now. We have a good immigration system, I think. So, but don't panic yet. See how things go. I say stay in your country and rebuild. It's 4 years. The worst part about these 4 years is the Supreme Court. Let's hope not too many more people die on the Supreme Court. Because that is really what will last for generations to come. But stay hopeful. Rebuild the Democratic Party into a progressive movement, and they will be unstoppable. Keep your head up. Rally. Stay progressive. Speak out. Thanks for watching, and I'll be doing a lot more videos now that there's something to really rally against. Later.